Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. It's Kate Bolt, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, here in the UK for another Coffee and Cards Facebook Live. Oh, let me just adjust my camera a little bit more. I can't believe it's Tuesday again. Hello, Jen. How are you this morning? I hope you're well. Oh, sorry about that. Hope you're well. I'm having trouble with my camera, just adjusting it to get the right position. Ah, are you okay? We're all well in our house. Things are getting on an even keel and back to normal. I have had a coffee for my coffee and cards, but I'm now on the fizzy stuff. Morning, Philomena. Lovely of you to join us. Hi, Zaina. Goodness me. I'll just wait a couple of minutes to see who pops on and joins us. Tired for some reason. I think I'm really tired today. I think it's the horrible weather we're having, Jen. So it may be that. I mean, cloud cover constantly and rain for days on end. It's not very good. We need spring to come. Morning, Jenny. Don't we need spring to arrive? I'm so glad you could join me. I'm hoping I'm live in the right place. I don't have my laptop out to check. Morning, Hilary. Please tell me I'm live on my page, ladies. Yeah, I had a bit of a problem with Facebook. It was, well, I don't even think it was Facebook when I went to come live. I think it was my phone. It tried to pare itself down and send an emergency SOS to someone. So I had to thank you so much, Jenny. I had to turn it all off, start again. I'm live. Thanks, Hilary. I just wanted to know I was in the right place after all the shenanigans with my phone. Jumping back on live quickly to make sure I was right. Anyway, this morning, I did have a card prepared and then I completely changed my mind. So I'll do that one another time. It was using the nuts and bolts stamp set. But I did, oh, sorry, my kitten. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Lovely of you to join me. My kitten is just jumped on the table and she nearly just fell off. So I can only apologise for the bedlam that's going to ensue. Okay, so this morning I was going to use the nuts and bolts stamp set to make a lovely birthday card, actually, which I have made. But I've changed my mind because I did use it one day last week. Morning, Amanda from sunny Spain. You're going to have 19 degrees. Can we all come over there, please? It's just a bit, it's not actually that cold here today. Somewhere between 8 and probably about 10 or something. But it's just rain and permanent cloud. Oh, honestly, this cat is wild. I never had a kitten like it. Okay, so back to the card. So I decided that we all need a bit of spring. So I decided to pull out the Daffodil Daydream stamp set. This one. Now I will try and turn the camera around so you can see it a little bit better. Morning, Lorraine from rainy Lakenheath. I'm not sure where that is, but I'm so glad you've joined us. It's raining here too. Morning, Helen. Lovely of you to join me. 7 degrees and wet, wet, wet. It is wet, wet, wet. Here we go. So now I will turn the camera around. You will get a better view of the stamp set when we start crafting. But there it is. Daffodil Daydream. It's got these gorgeous daffodil images. It's got a lovely butterfly. It's got this really nice border. And then it's got a couple of really good sentiments, Easter blessings and Happy Mother's Day. And something I missed when I first looked at this stamp set was these great ink splatters across here on this stamp. I've used it in this card. Love an ink splatter stamp. I'd buy it just for the ink splatter stamp, let alone all the lovely daffodils. We had a really pretty daffodil stamp a couple of years ago that I used a lot, so it's no surprise that I have decided to get this one and use this one. Here we go, back to normal now. I'll send you all the rain you like, Amanda. So this stamp set is part of a bundle and it's absolutely stunning. The Daffodil Dyes and the Daffodil Daydream is a bundle, and if you buy them together you get 10% off. I've only just touched playing with the dyes, but you can create the actual daffodils from the dyes and I can't wait to make more and show you that. Philomena says it's going to be close to 60 degrees in New York. Oh my goodness. What is that? If you convert that. I don't know. Hi Joe. I'm so glad you're joining me today as well. I love this sweet and I've hardly played with it. I've had it in my stash a few weeks. Can't believe I haven't played with it. It's stunningly gorgeous. But I did get the coordinating papers that are free from Celebration. Look at this one. So these are called the Daffodil Afternoon papers. They're a pack of 12 by 12 papers. They coordinate with the suite, with a bundle. And yeah, these are free. These are free with Celebration, and they're absolutely beautiful. So if you spend £45 in my online shop, these are free. I really like this particular, I haven't used this one today, but I really like this particular design. It's very vintagey to me, 70s-esque. I don't know if you agree. So I just picked out one of those papers to coordinate with our card. So let's get cracking. Quite excited to use it. Have any of you bought any daffodils in the supermarket or wherever you've been shopping lately? You know, you can go into the supermarket, pick up a bunch of daffodils for £1, and you know spring's arrived when they're in the shops. I've had a few so far, and some tulips. So yeah, it's definitely time to get the stamp set out. 60 degrees Fahrenheit is about 15 degrees centigrade. I thought that might be about right. Thanks, Amanda, for that. Thank you very much. And obviously this stamp set is great because we've got Easter coming, we've got Mother's Day coming next month. Yeah, 3 bunches. I've had a couple as well of daffodils. I'm going to turn the camera around because I could talk all day, and really we want to craft. So here we go. Just bear with me a little bit for my clunky turning over of the stamp of the camera. I'm just going to move all my little kit that I've made right to the side and turn you around. Hold on to your hats. Here we go. So let's turn you around. So I'm just going to pop you down. I'm going to readjust my tripod. So I moved it quite a lot this morning. And it was really in an odd position. I don't know why. Let's have a look. Okay, I know it's all gone a bit dark, but we're almost there. Here we go. Oh, I need to turn the light off. There's a lot of shadow, and normally I have the light off, the daylight in, and some lights over the top. Let me move my ink pads. So there's no chance of me using the trimmer because Winnie, the kitten, has decided that's her place to sit. What can we do? What can we do? Is that a little better shadow-wise? Let's bring this down. There we go. Okay. There we are. I think we're good. I think we're good to go. And I could bring some more light in. But I think we've probably got enough here. Okay, let's go. How is that? Does that look okay, guys? Have we got a good view? I will start off by showing you the papers that we're going to use. Winnie has got my card. She would eat it if she had the chance. Okay, so these are, what did I say they were called? Daffodil Afternoon. So, so pretty. Free with Celebration. So you've got these gorgeous ones that I was showing you. This one, which I think we might use afterwards. Love this because I'm going to cut it apart. How pretty is that? Let's take them out. This one, I love all the greenery on this one. I'm actually using this one this morning because the other side is like a cream with the hearts. And we've got this one with all the daffodil print on it. I like this kind of print. It's not too, it doesn't like overpower, but you can still tell it's all daffodils. This one's got the, I don't know if these are daisies or gerberas, and more daffodils. Yeah, so there's a lot of prints, and then if you turn them over, you get these gorgeous ones. So perfect for your cards. Scrapbooking, boxes, gift packaging, all the usual things that we like to make. This one's lovely. I like the dots on the back of there. And it's also kind of distressed looking. There's a lot of different designs. There's some pink in this one. And this one's kind of cute. It's got a nice kind of grid to it. So the back sides of these papers are very useful if you really don't want to use all the very daffodil-y type. sides. So let me move that out of the way. So you've had a look at those. And this is the piece we're going to use. Now, I've cut a strip off mine already. If you use a piece of 12 by 12 for your morning carol, for your card fronts, if you have your 12 by 12 and you cut a 10 centimetre piece off and then another 10 centimetres and another 10, you will get 6 card fronts from one piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper. And I've already cut mine up. So let's grab all the bits and bobs that we need. Okay. I will show you the card we're going to make. I'm going to glue my grid paper to the table because it keeps moving about. It's travelling. A little bit of washi tape will sort that out. There we go. So, let's have a look. So. I picked up some different controversial colours. They're not yellow for daffodils, but I thought I needed something for a little bit of a pop and a little bit of colour. And I haven't used this gorgeous Pacific Point blue in such an awful long time. So I thought we'd have that. I wanted a nice border so we could see that blue. So I went for a smaller piece of cardstock on the front in balmy blue. And then I cut my designer series paper 3mm smaller to fit to make a nice little border either around. So this is a regular A4 card base cut in half and scored in half. That makes it 10.5 across the top and 14.8 down the side. And so I went down 1.5 centimetres with this, and I went to 9 centimetres by 13.3 for this one. And then this one just down by 0.3 of a millimetre, so that is 8.7 by 13. But when I write my blog post with this card in, the measurements will be in there over on my blog at inkstampshare.ink, so you can see. You don't have to write it all down. And then I've got a regular size insert to go inside, which is 10 by 14.3. Now I'll show you the card we're going to make. Here it is. Had a bit of fun making this one. Spot the mistake. Where's the mistake that you can see? When I made this card, I was really pleased with it. I really love the ink splattering and I like the layering and the little butterfly. Morning, Jeannie. Oh, thank you so much. That's very kind of you, my lovely. Definitely. Just send me a private message and I can send you my email address if that's easy for you. So, yeah. Can you see the mistake that I think I made? Thank you, Philomena. Well, something that bothered me after I made it anyway was that I had used white cardstock to stamp my daffodil and my sentiment. And whilst, yeah, it's fine, the colour tone in the designer series papers is really a cream colour. So for the one that I'm making now, I've used very vanilla because I thought that would work so much better. So I'm going to show you this stamp set again and show you the stamps that we're using. I'm going to use this lovely big daffodil in the leaves stamp here. You can make a Mother's Day card. You can make an Easter card. I'm going to use the little butterfly and these ink splatters. This would be amazing if you popped it with any other stamp set that you've got. I think it would make a beautiful Get Well card. I think it would make a great birthday card and yeah, perfect for loads of occasions, to be fair. So put any of your other stamp sets with this. I think it will do well. Even die cut words. We've got a lovely die set at the moment called Amazing You, and it has thank you, you are amazing, and they would look beautiful on this card, on this stamp set. My lovely husband just came in and brought me a cup of coffee. Isn't he the nicest? He gets brownie points. So let me grab a piece of cardstock to show you the stamping and the colouring. Right, I'm going to grab a scrap because I've already done it on the vanilla. I'm just grabbing a scrap of white because it's what I've got to hand. And my ink pads, which I hid behind my light. Always good. Morning, Doreen. How are you? Are you all right? So Winnie, my daft kitten, seems to be going to sleep on top of my trimmer. So let's hope we don't need it because it'd be very much more peaceful that way. She's absolutely adorable, but she does get up to a lot of mischief. So I am inking up my lovely daffodil stamp in Memento Black ink, and it's a great ink to use when you're using your stamping blends, which is what I'm going to use for this card. Morning, Linda. How are you? Are you all right? Lovely for you to join us. I've got a whole selection of colours. I don't think I need the balmy blue. And I'm not going to make you sit and watch me colour in the whole thing, but I will show you how I did my colouring to create my daffodil. And you don't need to use all of these colours either. As long as you've got a yellow and a green, you're away. But I wanted to add in some orange tones into my trumpets, because if you've seen daffodils, you know they can come in all sorts of variations. So I thought I'd add in some light pumpkin pie to the trumpet. And I just went to the edges like this. Like so. On each of the trumpets. Like this. And then I went down a shade. So the next shade that I've picked up was Dark Mango Melody. It's like an orangey yellow. You got caught up cleaning the oven. Oh, Linda, bless your heart. I did mine yesterday, funnily enough. It's a bit of a job, isn't it? Right, so I'm just going to go in onto the base of the trumpet with the mango, because it kind of tones in with this very light pumpkin pie. And I'm going to use this too to go in at the bottom of my daffs here. If I just colour one of them, you'll get the drift. And then I can come back and finish it off another time, make another card. So I'm going for Daffodil Delight. I think I'm going to go for the dark. And then you could actually go for the light. I think on my other one I went dark Daffodil Delight and light Daffodil Delight instead of the mango. But whatever yellow suits you. And just then blend your different shades in. And for the leaves, I decided to make it a little bit variegated. So all I've done for that is taken one of my greens. This one happens to be Old Olive. I actually think the colour in the Designer Series paper is Mossy Meadow, but really it tones in very well. And this is the one that I got out of my stash, so I'm going with it. Yeah, and so I'm going down the sides of my leaf in one so that the light, because you get the light and the dark. So I'm going to go down one side in the light, like so. I think I've got them all. And then I'm going to go down in the dark. Or you could go dark first, it doesn't really matter. Normally I would blend the colours completely together. What colour is that? Dark. That's very dark in the light. But I am trying to get a kind of a stripe. So I will blend them a bit. So just going down the leaves like that. You can blend them in. So let's just finish the leaves off. The dog just sighed. You'd think he had a hard life, wouldn't you? Pampered pooch. Jeannie, these are the alcohol based pens, and they blend, so you get 2 in a combo pack, so of each colour. So each colour would bring you a light and a dark shade. So this one is Old Olive, and you get the 2 together, and I think they're £8.50. And these are the ones that are good for blending when you're colouring. We do have other pens for colouring, but they are more water-based pens, and they're not particularly blending pens. They're great for colouring. They're great for the other pens I'm talking about. They are great for using on your ink pads, for instance. You can colour your ink pads with the other pens. You can't really do that with these. But these are my favourite. These are called Stampin' Blends. And they're alcohol based, so they do bleed a little bit, and they will bleed onto the other side. So you always need to use them in a layer rather than straight onto your project. And also, when you're working with them, put something behind your work because it can bleed through the back. So just to protect your work surface, you see. And they're meant to do that. That's normal. Yeah, so that's pretty much. So I haven't finished it, but that's pretty much how your design would be, and yeah, how it would look when you coloured it in, etc. You would finish colouring yours in. So I'll put mine to the side. Actually, I'll keep it out because I want to show you the dies so you can see how they are cut out. Where are you? So the Daffodil dies are amazing. Look at these. You got a huge set. Look at these. So this is like a daffodil builder. And if you go on, I'm sure if you go on Pinterest or YouTube, you'll see where people have cut out all these elements and made daffodils for their cards. Stunning. But these ones also cut out the stamps. So this one cuts out the one I've just stamped. This one cuts out the butterfly. And then there's another stamp in the set, which is another daffodil. This one here. Oops, sorry, this one here. And this one will cut that one out. There's another butterfly in there, and there's a lot of foliage. So you've got a lot of dies in that set. So you can see that if I run this through my Stampin' Up cut and emboss machine, my cutting machine, that fits over there perfectly and will cut it out beautifully. You can cut it out with your snips. It's not too bad an image. You could easily do it that way. However, I think these dies are a must-have because look how fabulous they are. How many you get and how much more you can do with it. So I've already cut mine out just to save a little bit of time. Oops. So this time I coloured it in, stamped and coloured it in on very vanilla. And I did the butterfly as well. So here we go. Now this is the fun bit because we're going to do a little bit of stamping onto our designer series paper. So don't be afraid, if you have a nice kind of pale designer series paper, don't be afraid to stamp on it and change it up a little bit. So this one is fab. It's got this ink splatters. And if I can find my ink pads that I've covered up, I chose the same colours as the card base and the card layer. So I went for Pacific Point and Balmy Blue. So we're just going to make some ink splatters on the side, which is how I liked it to look. So, and I think I'm going to have it coming off the side a little bit. So it looks kind of more natural, more organic, and less contrived, if that makes sense. Love this stamp. Really nice. If you want yours to be a little bit more clean and simple and you don't like the ink splatters, that's fine. Just leave them off. I'm just having a look to see which bit gets covered up. I'm going to put a bit more in here. And then I'm going to clean it. I've got my Stampin' Up scrub, my stamping scrub. All ready. Give it a clean. Sorry, my arm's right in the shot. Didn't do a very good job, but that's okay. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp some in Balmy Blue just to tie those colours together. I think that would work. And it's quite subtle, but you can, your eye will tell your brain that it's there, if you know what I mean. I think my Balmy Blue needs a re-ink. It might just be the contrast in the different colours. Right, there we are. So I've got some nice ink splatters on there, look, without making any mess, because you can get this, you can do this technique by splattering your pens. This is a much cleaner, friendlier way to do it. So I'm going to put my daffodil in the middle using some foam pads, of course, because I love those. Dimensionals all the way. Now I did consider popping up my panel on my card, but it was a choice for me between popping up the daffodils or popping up the panel. So if I popped up the panel would be raised, my daffodils would be flat. I wouldn't do both, because then you're getting into trouble with postage when you're paying for your postage. So one lot of dimensional just goes in a standard postage. So I decided to just put that flat and pop up your pop up the daffodils, but you could do it either way, whatever suits you really. So I'm going to stick these together. I've got my stamping seal. Love this glue. You could also have a green background if you wanted. That would work with the papers. There we are. Pop that on there so you have a nice even border. I'll put some on the back of here as well. So tell me, ladies, who's ready for spring now? I think we should all go to Spain and be with Amanda. It sounds lovely. Okay, so I've got my layers. Gonna pop my daffodil on. Just gonna pop it on kind of halfway up, a little bit towards the top. And I really like the way I've got the ink splatters down one side, but you can do it however you like. Okay, so I've got my inside. That's going to go in there. I've got my daffodil, my butterfly. I have coloured the butterfly in before I cut it out with the inside is dark balmy blue and the outside is light balmy blue. Are they, Helen? Are they actually? Helen says the nights are thankfully drawing out. I know they are, but it just feels long. It'll come. It's coming. Okay, so sticking to the same stamp set, I'm going to make an Easter blessings card. Oh, a week crafting in Spain. I like large dogs. You're ready for spring too. Oh, sorry, to put that into context, Amanda said we'd all be welcome to go and craft there, but we must like large dogs. So I love a large dog. We're all coming, Amanda. Oh, don't worry, it's okay, I'm kidding. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? So let's put the sticky label on the back of this Easter one. Haven't used this one yet. You're ready to say goodbye to all the snow. The last storm was 18 inches and you want to see green. Thank you, Philomena. I will not complain about a bit of rain again. Bless you, I'm not surprised. You'd like to get rid of all that cold, wet snow after a while. Oh, we can all cope with a large dog. What breed have you got, Jen says? Easter blessings. So I think, I don't know whether to go with green or yellow. What colour shall I do my sentiment, ladies? It's your turn to tell me. Tell me what colour I should use. I am sorting out my light while you decide. Let's seems to be, I've gone a little bit dark again. Blue, yellow, green. No, this is not helpful, ladies. You have to agree. Oh my. Sorry if my arm's in the shot. I'm bringing in another light. Oh, that's so funny. You're like a greyhound. He thinks he's a lapdog, but he weighs 60 kilograms. Amanda, that's mad. Yellow. Right, look. I'm going to go with the last one that I can see, which is yellow. So I was so busy plugging in my light, I didn't see which was the most popular. So we're going to go with yellow. So I've got them all out. I have all the colours out. So daffodil. Daffodil Delight for Daffodils is very apt, isn't it? Yeah. Here we go. Let's give it a good stamp. Now I'll have to find a die because I used the stitch rectangles for the last one. Do you know what? It just about fits. But I will have a check because you might want to see these stitch rectangle dies. They are fabulous. It's an oldie but a goodie, and it's still current and you can still get them. How many dies is that? And there's a couple more still in the envelope that I haven't got on my magnet here. So many dies. So little time. But I still think this one is probably the best fit because otherwise I'm going to get a bit too much white space if I say use something like that. Although that might work. That one. Yeah, I think that one's just a little bit short. We're going to go with this one. So if you bought the bundle, the Daffodil bundle, I don't know how much the Daffodil bundle is. I need to check it in my catalogue. I will do that in a moment. But for sure, you'd be near to getting the free daffodil papers. And if you pop those rectangle dies in, you must definitely be. Right, I'm going to run that through the big shot. That's not a big shot. Morning, Nettie. That one is better. Oh, it is better. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the other one was slightly cutting it off, wasn't it? Just going to pop this through my Stampin' Up! Cutting it off machine. You hear me clicking away in the background. Let's take this one out. There we go. Yes, I mullered that a little bit, haven't I? Not very clever. Morning, Heather. Are you sure I'm in the right place this morning? That I'm streaming from my page. I hope I am. Otherwise, a lot of people are getting this in my feed that probably are not interested. Hi, Wendy. Good morning. Yeah, Easter Blessings is going to go on there. I'm not sure. I think that's a bit big. I might try it one more time. Just one more time. Let's find some vanilla card. And I might do it without the die because I just think it's a bit large for what I want. Right. Yes. Yes. Oh, no, thanks. Oh, definitely on my business page, Shaz. Thanks, Jen. I've just got a lot of lovely people joining me today. I'm very grateful. Thank you very much. Because I'm sure it would be very weird if I was on my personal page. I think a lot of people would be like, what is this? Oh, I pressed too hard with that one. Let's try again. So if you press too hard when you're stamping into your ink pad and then onto your card, you end up with a nice halo where you've picked up too much ink. So less is more. And then we'll go again and hope for the best. Oh, I wish. Thanks, Jen. You're very sweet. You're very, very kind. Oh no, I have a problem. I can't show you this, but I can't cut it because the cat is asleep on my trimmer. And I don't know where my mini trimmer is. You have to laugh. I'll just get out my old one. Because I'm not disturbing her because she's wild. She ends up eating my cards and all of the weird things. I think she'll grow out of it. She's just a kitten, but she is fun. She is so full of fun. So all I've done is cut my sentiment and I'm going to trim it. Make sure that's straight. Trim it a little bit. This blade, this is obviously my old trimmer with an old blade. But it's okay. There we go. I think we're good. Let's move that one. Easter blessings. Ah, I hope so. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, Easter blessings. That's going to go on there. And then I'm going to bring in my butterfly. So I've popped the daffodils up on dimensional foam pads. So I don't need to use those. I'm just going to pop it on the stem with a little bit of Tombow. Like that. And I'm going to pop this butterfly on there too. Easter blessings. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right on the bottom of his wing where it sits on this piece of vanilla card. So he's kind of stuck on there. There we are. So we need to stamp on the inside. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. I think we'll have a bit of daffodil again for the inside and we'll put Easter blessings inside. I'm not going to stamp another daffodil and colour that in because we'd be here for years and you'd be bored. So Easter blessings. So thank you, Hilary. Oh, thank you, Jeannie. That's very kind of you, my lovely. I think we will do a couple of little daffodil, a couple of little butterflies. And that card will be completed. And because it's a layer inside my card, I can colour it in with blends and it won't go through. So I'll bring in the blues. I'll do a very quick one because it's a very small image, takes a second. So I'll do the inside. In the dark. And then I'll do the outside in the dark in this one. And the other one. So is anybody doing any crafting today? Tell me what you're going to be doing. I am meeting a lovely friend for coffee later, whom I haven't seen for ages. I'm really looking forward to that. It's kind of this whole period of not going out and not seeing many people over the last couple of years has really made us grateful, hasn't it, for when we can meet people. And now I'm all COVID free. All is safe. You're finishing up more of your rainbow cards. Philomena's doing baby shower invitations. Oh, I would love to see those. How nice. What a lovely thing to be celebrating. And you're doing more of your beautiful rainbow cards, Jen. I will show you a rainbow card that I received yesterday. Really made my day. I'll show you it. First of all, we will pop this one on there. So I think we're just going to stick with one card today. Otherwise, ladies, we're going to be here well into the afternoon, aren't we? So I'm going to put that one inside. Normally I'd do two in this time. I've been having so much fun. I really love how the blue makes these butterflies pop, doesn't it? So I did pull out some little gems. So we've got the brushed brass butterflies. Zaina says, oh, it's half term there, so you're staying away from the shops. And Nettie is pretending to work but watching me. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Nettie. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's not half term here yet, Zaina. Okay. I can't find my take your pick tool. I've obviously put it away in a safe place. How odd. Where are you? Okay. I'll use my other sharp pokey tool. That's odd. Yes, half term here next week. So, because all the different counties do it differently, don't they? So I'm looking forward to that. I am gonna take one of these. These are the basic rhinestones, and I'm gonna pop it on my butterfly like that. And I might put some of the brass butterflies on it. I think I will, but I'm going to put the little ones because I think if I put the big ones on with that big butterfly, it just might be a bit too much. Shaz, you've got half term next week. Yes, same as us. Looking forward to that. It's nice, isn't it, when you don't have to rush around and the kids are chilled out. Not that they can go anywhere in this horrible weather, but, you know, it's just nice not to rush about. So not only have I got the kitten asleep next to me, but the dog is asleep by my feet. And he's just started dreaming and making funny noises. So I am sorry if you can hear Alfie. You like my gem placements? Thank you. It's very random. So here's the card, the finished card using the Daffodil Daydream stamp set and the Daffodil Dyes and the Daffodil Afternoon designer series paper that's free with Celebration. Just before I go, I'm going to show you the cards I've received. These are fabulous. So the lovely Jo, who is, I think, is on the call, sent me this one. Shaz, you're lambing and expecting puppies next week. That is a lot. That's a lot to deal with, but so exciting. That definitely means spring is coming if you're lambing. And you've just booked Ninja Warrior Junior for the kids. Is that a film, Jen? Do let me know. I'm a bit out of the loop because my 14-year-old thinks he's about 25. Oh, thank you, Nettie. That's very kind. This one's by Jo. I think she played along with my coffee and cards last week. And she changed it up a little bit and it's beautiful and I love it. Thank you, Jo. It really cheered me up, no end. It was sending healing hugs when I had COVID. And then I got this one yesterday from my lovely friend Liz Yule, and she's written hang in there, and she's used the rainbow dies, and she's used some cardstock behind using the rainbow dies, and she's used some of the Sunshine and I think this is Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper, which is free with Celebration as well, to make me a shaker card. So that's Liz's, and she's put hang in there and put a nice message inside. So those are my lovely handmade cards I got through the post. That's my happy mail. But these are the ones I've made today. So we've got a Mother's Day card and we have an Easter card. So you can see what I mean about the white being very stark. I quite like the the very vanilla. Thank you, ladies. It's a great rainbow, isn't it, Jen? Thank you. Thank you so much. I can drink my coffee now. And thank you so much for joining me, all of you. It's so lovely. I will see you next Tuesday, even though it's half term. Yeah, they are gorgeous cards. Thank you. And I'll see you next Tuesday. If I can get on to do a YouTube live at the end of this week, I will be. And hopefully I'll see you there. Oh, morning, Nikki. Thanks, Wendy. So I'm going to say goodbye now. Bye. Thanks, Helen. Bye, Joe. Thank you, Philomena. Bye-bye.